Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our quarterfinals of our May League. My name is Mr. Jack Dax, and I'm joined here by my glorious co-commentator, Chaotic Bear. How are you doing today?
Glorious. I love Glorious. I am doing great. Excited for some to talk about some legacy here tonight. A couple classic decks in the meta Death and Taxes Blue Red Delver.
The classic. We're going to start off with those beautiful, beautiful planes, and we're going to get an Aether Vial with the classic start.
Yeah, if you're a Death and Taxes player, how much do you like turn one Ether Vial on the play?
It's a really good start. It's probably one of your best starts that you can have, especially if you have a gas in hand. We're going to
Oh,
start with the turn one Delver. Izzet
nice.
Delver, the patented classic with some beta islands, I believe, signed by Poole himself.
Yeah, beautiful land choices here and a great start for both players. Um, Against Blue Red Delver specifically, do you want the turn one Mom for the removal or the turn one Vial for the tempo?
I mean, it just really depends. Both players do know their deck list. It just really depends what you think you're going to run into. Um, like, are they going to have it on top? I mean, this is going to be the lucky blind,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
it's not. So we're good to go here. I mean, we're in a good spot. We can tap down their mana base. Unfortunately, they did draw the one island, or one of the only islands in their deck, because Izzet Delver is one of those decks that require very little islands. There's two islands in total and one mountain in the main board.
Yep. Need a lot of islands to support days there, but sometimes the basics are important.
I
So
imagine they're going to go fetching for a volcanic.
I could see either one here. Double. There's not a ton to do early game with double blue, and we know that Frosty's a wasteland deck, but nope, there's the volcanic.
I mean, you really need
Yeah,
to get that engine starting soon. You do see that there's a port in play too.
yeah,
Your mana base is going to get taxed very heavily soon, so it's always nice to have the good option. You're going to be a little bit scared of wasteland, but you got to just deal with it.
yeah.
It's one of those
If
things.
I have another fetch in hand, I'm tempted to go get a basic mountain there if I have a red spell in my hand. But um, like you said, Joel has to worry about actually casting his spells at some point this game.
Oh yeah.
He has a
Oh,
sprite dragon. He's off to a
Red
good
Red.
start. Other than not flipping that Delver.
Pretty good start.
Yep. Crunch here into Frosty's Ether Vial and Plains
Should just
Port.
two. Oh, we're going to respond probably with a mom.
Oh, just into turn Mother of Runes. All right.
I know Trinman. Yeah,
Yeah,
and Trinman's always good.
yeah. I'm not inclined to really trade there for the Delver if I don't have to.
Ooh, this is gonna be a fun way to start. Keep down the blue mana base on upkeep. It's gonna be very nice.
So looks like she might be casting a spell here. Is she passing the turn?
I think she's passing the turn. Uh,
Oh, there we go. So Delver trigger on the stack declines to flip, and Frosty will port now after the Delver trigger.
yeah.
That's a fun trick if you play with their Shed and Port. If you wait until after the Delver trigger, it means that they can't use that mana in response to Brainstorm or something like that to set up the Delver. Just maximally taxes them without letting them use that mana for anything useful. Or
Always fine.
shuts off a couple lines, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Nothing useful. So Sprite Dragon will come in now.
Yep. I imagine this Aether on two is probably gonna play down a Thalia, maybe a Stoneforge if Frosty has it.
Oh yeah, either one of those will
Uh,
be great for her.
Hopefully a Thalia. Oh, we're
Oh
gonna get a
nice.
Stoneforge. The classic package. I mean, we do see an update to this in the current day. As of recording, the Modern Horizon 2 cards are now legal. Um, a big part of this package people are seeing is Cauldron Complete. It's a very good card. Indestructible artifact and indestructible token. Really can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's super gross, and I got mine ordered.
It is very, very good. And
Yeah,
we're gonna get a Soapy, the classic here.
little peek at a spreadsheet there.
We'll
Yep,
peek it over.
sort of Fire and Ice. Such a great gross card against Blue Red Delver here, just shutting off all of their cards plus all the
Oh yeah.
bonuses.
It's gonna be one of those cards that you're gonna see a lot of. Ooh,
Yeah, Blue Red Delver just getting all the toys lately too. So
yeah. Expressive Iteration, the latest card from Strixhaven, and now with Modern Horizons 2, you get a lot of interesting cards, such as we're, we're gonna daze it.
yeah,
Okay, we'll take that.
yeah. So maybe doesn't have another land in hand. I think missed land drop last turn, right? Um,
Yes,
this protects it against the Richadden port to where he'll have mana on his main phase.
yes. I imagine there's a ponder in there somewhere.
Yeah, it would be nice to see something going on. Also gets a counter on the Sprite Dragon, which isn't insignificant.
Man, this must be some really bad spots for Joel. No blind flip Delver.
Yeah. No
Oh,
flip Delver, no land here against an opponent who's going to just start wrecking face with that Sword of Fire and Ice next turn.
yeah. You got to be wondering in Joel's position. I mean, you do have a board state presence, and you do have a flyer,
Yeah.
um, but it is not very favorable in all said and done.
Yeah. I think you need to chain some spells for the Sprite Dragon, but to chain spells, you need to chain land drops.
We're playing a oh, this is brutal. I mean, this could be a relevant hand depending on what we flip into.
Yeah. If those flip next turn, that's all of a sudden 9 in the air. Possibly 9 with that Sprite Dragon there.
Yeah, if Joel had a fetch the turn after this, we could see a trigger and then fetch in response to that trigger after you sell nothing.
Oh yeah, that's always a fun play for Delver players to look at the top card, flip or don't flip, and then get rid of it if they want to.
Yeah, let me just look at it. I don't like it. Fetch. Okay, now I got my other Delver trigger to resolve.
Yeah, I hear Scry one is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So
You're just not putting it at the bottom, you're just putting it somewhere random.
we do see the Sword of Fire and Ice being flashed in here off the Stone Forge and a crunch for 3, unblockable for Joel. So she'll get to draw a card and take out the Sprite Dragon there. That is a ton of value.
And there's very little ways for Joel to deal with this. Sideboard, you're going to have a Braid, but that's about it. Main board, you have, what, Brazen Bar?
Yeah, Brazen Bar could bounce the sword, but I think that's probably it. Yeah, I don't see any other way to get rid of it.
Yeah, there's really, really not any good way
Yeah,
to
and
deal with any of this. Ooh.
Joe got really punished this game for not ever finding a second instant or sorcery for Sprite Dragon. He landed that on turn 2 and never got a second counter on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I really got to wonder what was the keep situation with Joel's hand.
Yeah. Turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Sprite Dragon probably looks pretty good to you in your opening hand. He might have had that Daze there for backup also, but it didn't line up right against Frosty this game.
Yeah, that wasteland really came in clutch the minute it came up.
So, just gonna get in for 2 here. Knows that Frosty probably won't trade the Mother of Runes, and it's not like you're gonna block on the way back, so.
Rusty's still on the lower life lead here, unfortunately. But that's going to change very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
We do have the basic mountain.
Found it. Do we have a
Do we have
interesting
a
here? I was going to say bolt or fruit bolt,
bolt?
but that doesn't do anything with Mother and the sword on the board.
Yeah, you just have to bolt the face. That's all you got.
Yeah. Which, at 13 with you having a couple creatures that can flip isn't the worst. I wonder if this is Forked Bolt face.
I would have to imagine so.
Yeah. Frosty will fall to 11.
Targeting Mother Runes doesn't sound very good when you just say in response, I'll tap it and protect it from red.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could, bluff having a Pyrokinesis in the end or something, but...
Yes, because everyone knows their list, and they're just going to bluff a Pyrokinesis.
Oh, yeah, that would be open deck list would make that.
Yeah. Did Frosty forget I'm playing this card or not?
Players can't look at the deck list during play, so maybe she did. Oh,
That's
no. Oh, no, Joel.
GT's here? Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Frosty can go in for face and then swing with GTA equipped, and then just kill both Delvers. This is brutal.
Yeah, I think
Put the 2 to face and then up Delver, and yep, that's going to be game.
Yeah, pick that
There
up.
really wasn't much to do there.
Yeah, the combination of damage plus removal on Frosty's side there in the form of those equipment was just crazy that game. So Joel gets to be on the play for game 2 here. We'll take a look at their sideboards. Joel has a bunch of 1s and 2-ups for options. See Blazing Volley, Flusterstorm, Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Pyroblast, 1 Red Elemental Blast, 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Abrade, 1 Null Rod, 1 Blood Moon, 1 Narset, and 2 Submerge. While I catch my breath, these deck lists are available in the video description downstairs.
Yeah, down below. Conveniently for me, the way I think of this is it's a Null Rod and a Blazing Volley. That's pretty simple, and then getting an Abrade or 2. This is a really, really simple sideboard for Joel.
Yeah,
Very simple.
Those Abrades are great double duty against creatures and equipments, and I love this in this matchup. So pretty low there. Has plenty of stuff in the main board. Let's see, for Frosty, a couple Deafening Silence, Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Path Exile, another 2 Surgicals, 2 Containment Priest, a Rest in Peace, 1 Council Judgment, 1 Sanctum Prelate, a Sword of Feast and Famine, and 2 Cataclysm. What do you want to bring in here against Blue Red Delver?
It's actually kind of interesting. So the way I think of it is I like Deafening Silences. I mean, it's not a storm deck, but they're still useful here. Sanctum Prelate is a big maybe. Um, Rest in Peace does turn off the Delve for Ethereal Forager. So that's also a big maybe. You would typically bring in Council's Judgment, but they're not running True Name anymore. And we know that from the list, so that's not even relevant here. Cataclysm's not for this kind of land base. Sword of Feast and Famine, I don't believe is for this matchup at all. It's morely for like a lands kind of deck, something like that. Um, Honestly, I could see both paths coming in. It's a lot of threats that you need to get rid of, and it becomes a golden ticket once you get once they play enough basics. There's only 3 basics in the deck, so um, it just all depends on what you end up getting into. I think Sanctum Prelate will probably come in. That's my most likely choice.
Yeah. I think I like Council Judgment more than I'm supposed to. Just like as a clean answer to whatever anything you play. I just love it for flexible removal, but I understand it also costs 3. uh, yeah, I think that the paths you don't want to ramp a Delver deck, but like you said, you also don't want to take 9 in the face from a Delver either. So
Yeah, it's very true.
sometimes
I mean, I can see a path coming in and probably a Sanctum Prelate. Sanctum Prelate will turn off Daze. It'll turn off Force of Will, depending on what it's called for.
yeah, and a nice way to punish the opponent who's running some higher end stuff there, especially when you have Aether Vial or just for us to run Cavern of Souls. It's actually can't be cast. Never mind, not countered.
Yeah.
But no, I know that Death and Texas sometimes gets to run a couple of fun bonus lands. It looks like she's on Horizon Canopy here.
Yeah, the classic 4 Schadenport, 4 Wasteland, 3 Caracas, and a Canopy land.
Yep.
Incidentally, we're not seeing the plane split anymore. Traditionally, for a lot of Death and Taxes lists, you used to see snow-covered plains and normal plains. For a long time, there's a lot of newer to Legacy players who don't know why that is. If you are a newer to Legacy player, don't worry. It's an often asked question. A lot of resident Death and Taxes players will tell you it was for the old Miracles days when Miracles played Predict. If they named planes and it was snow-covered plains, they don't get to draw that extra card.
Yep.
That is the whole purpose of the split.
A little bit of a blend, and now that we're out of Astrolabe days, you can't get them with that on turn 1 either, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've seen they're running like 1 Ancient Tomb there for a little bit, and I've seen like 1 Cavern of Souls before, and I've seen a few different lands in that flex slot. But
Yeah, the flex slot has been many different things. Sometimes it's
Ghost Quarter too, right? Sometimes.
long time ago it was Mishra's Factory because we
yeah.
wanted another beater, and then we ran a single Ancient Tomb because we were running double Cataclysm for a while. This was during the days of like Underworld Dreams, so when we actually had Chalice in the sideboard, so we could Chalice for 1 on turn 1. There's a lot of different builds. That one slot has always been something different. And some people play 13 planes. Some people do that. But typically it's some kind of utility land. And it has been Ghost Quarter in the past.
Yeah, Horizon Canopy feels pretty free to me. I mean, you might take 2 or 3 damage over the course of a game, even if it's your first land, but...
Yeah. Ironically, I don't think it's the best Canopy land for this deck anymore, considering we do have Silent Clearing. I'd rather run a Silent Clearing, because then I'm not paying Surgical Extraction for 2 life. I'll pay 1, please, to actually cast it.
That is something that I did not think about, but that is a very funny edge case. Yeah.
It is a very relevant edge case.
Joel is going to get started here. Getting a basic island on turn 1 makes sense.
Makes sense. You really don't want to be wastelanded off, because the turn 1 wasteland is a pretty powerful thing when you know your opponent's deck is not fetching for basics.
Oh yeah, I'm such a sucker for the turn 1 wasteland. Just check them, see if they got it.
Oh yeah. I've kept a double wasteland hand as Death and Taxes. I turned 1 wasteland someone, and then I turned 2 wasteland someone. They had no more land that game.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Oh, the preordain after that also. So no turn 1 Delver here for Joel, but get to check on his next couple draws here.
It is always interesting to see the preordain. It's typically considered like the least priorityed one, and it is only a 1 of preordain in this list. Traditionally, for players who are new to Legacy or even old players, there's always been this debate about, well, which is the best, what is the best searching tool? and it always brings it down into three categories. Brainstorm is looking to see what your next stuff is and set up plays. Ponder is a good way to set up your couple next plays, but also not get her things of your hand. And Preordain is I'm searching for the bullet. That's how it always has been. Preordain's typically played in like combo decks such as like Sneak and Show and Tess and Ant, because you're searching for your answers or your bullets or your combo,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yeah. Of course, we also have the shuffles and the like rearrangings that go on with it. Brainstorm doesn't do anything except strand cards at the top of your deck by itself. Ponder, you can take all of them or none of them, and then Preordain, of course, you get the flexibility to choose how many of those cards you even want.
I believe we just saw a stomp, and
Oh,
we're on an
nice.
adventure.
All right, so there is the turn one answer, or sorry, the turn two answer for the Mother of Runes on the only turn it's vulnerable there. Bonecrusher
Nice
Giant
draw.
is such a yeah. Bonecrusher Giant is such a neat card from Standard.
I mean, I
It
really like the fact it's 2-drop, and then it comes back as a 3-drop, and it still has a pretty good effect.
yeah it feels a lot more fair than some of the cards we've gotten from Standard lately.
Oh,
R.I.P.
we're gonna
Oko.
cast a Jute. Are we trying to bait out a Daze?
Looks like Joel might not have it.
Interesting.
Frosty being efficient with our mana there, and maybe that's. I mean, you want that to resolve, but it's also not insane on this board.
This board state's pretty bad to have that resolved. There isn't anything to go with it.
Yeah, you don't have a creature, and Bonecrusher Giant isn't super worried about it either. So
Nope. Gonna see an old Krish Rush Brainstorm, and believe it's signed or something on it.
yeah, it signed up the side. Looks like.
Yeah, very cool.
I think you got a. That's actually unusual for Chris Rush signatures, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're usually the patented giant C and then the whole way through. Yeah.
That big old
Shout out to
art.
one of the original artists, artists of Black Lotus and of our mana symbols. So, gotta love Rush for that.
Yeah, like it's neat to see cards like a card like Brainstorm signed since they're just so iconic to Legacy.
I think we're gonna see another Sprite Dragon. We're coming in for one.
All right, found it. Oh, okay. I thought he was passing turn there for a moment.
No, that's a hasty
Yeah,
little dragon.
that's why it would have been a confusing play.
Hasty little dragon, Godzilla monster. I
So,
think it's the son of Godzilla if you have that version. We're playing for 3. We're gonna do a Skyclave apparition.
oh, such a beast to Legacy here.
Such a good card.
I played against someone at the shop yesterday. He cast 3 Skyclaves against me, and then Flicker was a Skyclave, and
No,
I was dying so hard.
no, that's brutal. Why?
Yeah. So
I wouldn't play Delver.
replacement Delver here. Sad about the Sprite Dragon, but we've got this.
No Rod.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a really good one.
yeah,
Turns off all artifact activations. It's nice.
yeah. That is a nice, clean answer to that GT there. And if that was in his opener, I wonder if that's why he just said, "Yeah, take your GT." Cool.
Yeah, Norod is a very, very nice reserve list card that is super nice and clean answers to. I believe it's symmetrical too.
Yep.
To deal with artifacts.
Unlike Karn, they won't let us have that kind of effect anymore.
No, I don't think so. That's a little too good.
All right, 3 mana for
Oh,
backup
another one.
Skyclave. Oof.
Another one.
I'm tempted to hit the Nor. Okay, that's what she does.
I'm tempted. Tempted.
Well, if you take out the Delver, then you can just like start swinging face and just kill him. But
You want to swing once and you can just kill Delver. It's fine. Just equip it, swing once, kill Delver.
that's
It's
also
easy.
true. I think that's the definitely the more fun play. Probably also better, but
Especially if Delver blocks, you just beat him. You just beat Delver to death, and then the token that comes down, you just minus. So the token never becomes relevant.
so it looks like the blocker isn't going to be relevant here either as as he gets in the red zone with that Delver.
Oh, yeah.
We got a race on our hands here, but Frosty has a GT. Joel has Burn.
Yes, that is relevant. I believe that they're going to tap down their mana base. I would imagine. I would tap down at least the red source.
Yeah.
I do wonder what that brainstorm is doing there. I imagine that was cast at some point in time, and it's not being just revealed for funsies.
I think it was revealed off of the Delver, and so he's just leaving it face up for convenience.
Yeah, I would imagine that you.
Oh, we suit before we. Okay, I would picture the same
I
play
would
face up down.
I would definitely not suit first. I would have. Actually, no, I don't think it's relevant. Now that I think about this, it's not relevant. There's a stomp.
Well, if you tap it down first, then he's forced to act, and then you can suit up the remaining creature.
You would have to have done it during the draw step.
What do you...
Because you okay, so
Oh, I
the
got you.
assumption here,
I'm with you.
the assumption here is it floats in the pool the entire time. So
Yeah,
you just gotta, they just have to wait for you to equip it, and then be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna use the mana now.
yeah, that
But
tracks.
that would have to happen during the draw step.
Yeah, I for some reason was not assuming that Joel floats mana there, but of course Joel floats
Oh,
mana.
we're bolting the other one.
Oh well, it especially didn't matter. Never mind.
No, it did not.
So this game has turned around a ton for Joel here.
Ooh, we got 3-2, a 2-2, and a 2-2. One of which is live this turn.
Yeah. So we see
Bring in for 5.
crunch for 5. All of a sudden, Frosty has a Jite and nothing to put it on.
Oh yeah. It is relevant to know these are blue spirits, just in case you're playing against a deck with Pyroblast or something.
Or Sword of Fire, nice.
Relevant too.
So, gonna get a
Brainstorm again. So I think that's the third one we've seen so far.
Yeah. Joel's gonna use up all his mana this turn. Nice and efficient. Maybe we'll find a fetch lane too.
We're also 2 stomps deep, so those are always castable cards.
Oh yeah. Once he finds lane 3, he can start making some real beefies.
Oh yeah. If it gets that far, we do have 2 2/2s and a 3/2 flyer.
Yep. So I guess if he can find a bolt, we're still 1 damage short of lethal next turn. But I have faith in Joel's ability to close this out.
Should be in a good position. I mean, Frosty needs the Swords of Plowshare or a Path on the Insectile Aberration, and then a Thalia to block or something.
Yeah, Thalia would be great against these 2/2s here. Thalia with a Jite would be especially great.
Thalia to block and back up with Caracas up would be
Nice.
a nice place to be in, but I have doubts. I have a lot of doubts.
Yeah, I think she only has 1 or 2 cards left in her hand. We see Joel has a die down there in the bottom left of your screen with the cards in hand. Frosty normally keeps one, I just don't see it.
Ooh, okay. So there is a question of what Frosty would like to cast. We're splitting up the cards to do a pile of 2 and a 1/1. So maybe Frosty is having some debate internally about this.
Yeah, I mean this is a super important turn for her, so she needs to sequence it right and make it resolve.
I mean, Legacy is a battle of inches. You do end up in situations where, Legacy is most often the time where you lose because 6 turns later, like, I made a mistake. I accidentally wasted long land like 6 turns ago. Oh, okay, we're going to use the Caracas for this. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, likely Thalia is not in hand then.
Yeah, almost.
I can't imagine you would use it if Thalia was in hand.
No, that I mean she would be a mana short to cast suit and protect, but I think she might just cast protect and then suit up the next turn if that's the one.
I think we passed. Tap down a Volk.
Okay. So
okay. Take 4 this turn probably. I bet.
Yeah, unless she's sandbagging a path or a swords for his turn, I'm not
Possibly.
sure.
We are pondering. First time we've seen a ponder today.
Also signed. Nice.
Did it. Very nice. Gotta get those retro foils at some point.
Oh.
When I give up my arm and a leg and a soul.
Oh my goodness, they're so pretty.
I think we're choosing to shuffle here. Didn't like what we saw. Possibly some lands. Actually, no, lands would be nice here. I imagine it was something worse.
Yeah, I think that unless it was like exactly 3 lands or something.
Yeah, exactly 3 lands would be pretty bad. Unless it was a fetch, then it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of the cards in Joel's deck are just fine right now. Like, if I find another creature, I'm probably fine. I guess I don't want counter magic too badly at this point.
Yeah, I think your worst draw is like a Force Negation or a Force of Will.
Yeah, Force of Negation would be pretty bad. But
There's not really any really bad cards here that I would hate to draw.
yeah,
Brazen Bar would be nice at some point.
did find a land off of that. I have to imagine he found it this turn because I think he missed land drop last turn, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I would imagine that was the card drawn.
so good ponder. I'm guilty of getting greedy and keeping those one land ponder hands myself.
But greed is good. What are you talking about?
It's good when it pays off.
Always pays off. Clearly, you never didn't have it. That's what they say, right?
Unfortunately, I fall into the camp of sometimes punished, not never punished.
Unfortunate. It seems like Frosty's having to think. Maybe a Path in hand, maybe a Swords of Plowshare.
Yeah, I mean, you've if you have a removal spell in hand, you could save 2 damage, but it also like lets him convert a Daze if he still has one left.
Or Flicker Wisping
Ooh.
a token. That's always good.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
there's Force. There's Force.
Force pitch. Oh
Not
my goodness,
good.
Brazen Bar. Blue Red Adventures deck.
Not good.
So Joel down to I think does that say 4 cards in hand on that?
Yep. That's 4.
It seems like 2.
Hasn't been
maybe.
updated
I think
yet.
yeah, okay, that's it. I think he has exactly.
Has not
2.
been updated
Okay.
yet. Yeah.
Let's say Frosty is in for a World of Hurt here if that is 4 cards in hand somehow.
Oh, we're pathing.
We did have the path, and
We're going to get a basic. That is the prerogative and reminder on this text. You are asked to remind them. You will get a basic if you would like to. Actually, I think you're supposed to say you may get a basic and search your library for one.
if you
It
do
is a
shuffle your
required
library,
thing. Yeah, it's a required thing. You must require your opponent. You must remind your opponent. It's funny. It does come in tapped. Would you like to get a mountain instead? It is a basic.
yeah. Also flexing that sign mountain, cool.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're gonna fetch for. I think we're just gonna fetch for the island. That way we can't get wasted away.
Yeah.
You might as well since you're searching for the deck, anyways.
I might just go and get another volcanic here at this point. But, yeah, there it
That's
is.
true.
I mean, if once I have
Oh,
one
yeah,
wastelandable target, I tend to care a little bit less about the second wastelandable target.
Yeah, but play your actual Bone Crusher Giant. That's always a good one.
Nice. Yeah, a little more pressure on the board there. Frosty at 5, so this is lethal next turn unless she has something in hand. I have to imagine she does.
Can't target it too unless you want to take damage.
Don't want to take damage. Not at 5.
Oh yeah.
But tapping some mana for something.
I mean, I imagine you want to have another Flicker Wisp. You flicker the token and then block the Stomper, the Bone Crusher Giant. Hopefully.
That's the
'Cause
dream.
I mean, it is not a target of a spell if you're blocking with it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 3 mana. We're casting something. Oh yeah,
All
we're
right, let's see
gonna,
if this resolves then.
yeah, we're gonna get dazed. It wouldn't really matter if we did, but still. Eh.
Yep. I don't think Joel.
Also,
looks like-
double lightning bolt will kill, which is pretty bad. Okay, we're getting in a kind of double lightning bolt. It's still possible.
yeah, plenty of mana for that over there, but
It's still possible.
yep.
Bolt. Just pay 2. It's fine.
Yep. Has exactly enough mana just in case. Even if it's a lightning bolt, forked bolt.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll kill. It's fine.
Although if I have forked bolt in hand, I couldn't resist. Even if I have lethal, if for forked bolt, I couldn't resist just killing both these creatures.
Greed. You're playing against death and taxes, and you're still greeting that hard. Good lord.
Killing a Flicker Wisp and Athalia though with one mana spell, how good does that feel?
There.
Okay.
This is why you say sometimes never punished. It's never punished.
Occasionally punished, yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's only sometimes.
I mean, maybe.
We have 3 cards in hand, right?
Okay, Frosty's tapped out, so like maybe I don't have to worry about mana ties. Maybe I just go for the win here. But
Worried about mana tithe. What era are we living in here?
yeah, I think it depends on the on how important the tournament is. I think if this were like a GP, I would just go for the win. But it's just fun to hit things.
Greed is not good. Greed is not good, Bear.
Joel found land 5 here, by the way. Do you think there is a so he's going to swing in here?
What,
Frost,
Hardcast Forager?
yeah, Frosty is pretty priced into blocking. Doesn't want to go to 1 life against the burn deck.
Very fair. I mean, you're already in almost lethal bolt range. It's pretty scary.
Yeah. We've seen.
You
We
gotta,
saw
you gotta,
one. Okay.
you gotta assume that Frosty equips the GT here and just tries to gain life.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen
That's
one
my
build so far, but she's gonna have a lot to put on the shoulders this Celia here.
Valley is gonna have to ride
Right.
to victory.
Suit this. We'll see if Joel has a removal spell for it.
I imagine Joel does. It's what, 1 card in hand, 2 cards in hand?
Tamsin, is this a braid? Oh, that'll cost 1 more.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That
All
okay.
right.
There we go. There we go. We're actually paying for raid. Alternatively, that could have hit Thalia too, which is really funny.
So
We're getting better skill.
clears away for. I think that means Joel is heck bent now, right? Has 1 card in hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
very close. Very close. We're getting the Battered Skull, the only equipment left in this deck, if I remember correctly.
Well,
I believe we already got Sophie this game, right? Or was that the last game?
No, that was
Exploring
last game. The only card in her. Oh, I was going to show you the only card in her graveyard is GTA, but she has to pass.
Oh, there's
that
a
must be
mom.
under it. Yeah.
There's a mom and a path in there,
Okay.
and some other stuff.
I guess you're not.
There is
worried,
other stuff in the grave.
You're not worried too much about your delve count, I guess, whenever you're playing Death and Taxes.
Yeah. Could you imagine they make a delve creature for Death and Taxes?
Don't tempt them.
Make it like a 5 and a white. You got to delve for it.
5 and white, 4/4 with a sword stapled on it or something. Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Yeah, no. Well, what kind of card would it be in white? What kind of card would it be?
Well, like all of the cards I normally worry about out of Death and Taxes are hate bear kind of effects a lot of the time, but I can't picture a delve hate bear. It seems like something you want to be able to like promote playing early on, and it sort of like breaks the 2/2 for 2 format.
I just gotta wonder what that effect would be if it was delve.
I could see a delve like French vanilla angel, I guess. I could see them printing that. It's not very exciting.
What if it was a delve? What if it was a delve? So it's 5 and a white, delve, 4/4, with flying, and it says whenever you deal combat damage to a player, return an exiled, artifact card with this creature. So like it's kind of like Forager, but only for artifacts.
That would
or
be
equipment, or equipment. It just says equipment.
They could definitely print that, or even if it just said artifact or enchantment. I don't think
Yeah.
that's too busted. That
No,
seems
it
reasonable.
wouldn't be too busted, but it seems funny. A way to get back your death and taxes equipments.
Yeah, rebuy those ether vials. I bet you could say
Yeah.
artifact or enchantment on it also to be totally fair.
It'd be relatively fair. It just depends on like what you end up doing with it.
So we did see
I think 5 and a white is probably relatively fair. If it was like 3 and a white, ooh, a little too unfair there.
yeah, I could see it needing to cost double white, just because like I want to think they've learned their lesson about like treasure cruise. Like, oh, 7 cards. That'll be so hard. It won't just be ancestral recall. Dig through time is so much harder to cast.
It might be a double white and 4, maybe. How about that? Double white and 4. So it's pretty much a Ethereal Forager, but in white.
Yeah. So like Planar Chaos 2022, I'm into it.
Yeah, or another commander product. There's some weird commander product card.
Been a lot
They have a
out there
cycle
lately.
of they have a cycle of like six mana delve creatures.
Yeah.
There's
So
1 per color.
Joel was able to get a 3 mana Prismatic Command there, 2 mana Bolt on the Stoneforge to strand the Batter Skull. Frosty has 5 mana in hand though, and Joel down to 1 card in hand. I guess I'm just gonna tax it. Can't cast it through the Thalia right now, but gonna tax the mana a little bit. This is definitely a slugfest here. They've put each other on the back foot so many times. It's hard to tell who has a strong advantage right now. Frosty at 5 life is definitely feeling the squeeze, but
Yeah, that is not a place you want to be in.
um,
I imagine that you just choose one of the Volks, whichever is prettier.
yeah,
If Joel was low life, you could force them to fetch if they were low life. There are very, very, very little lines that you would do that, but you could do it.
yep. I've Rashed imported fetches with lands, and I think that's basically it.
Yeah. The only reason you would do it is because if they brainstormed or you were purposely trying to mess with them.
Yeah, I wanted to wasteland it, so I was like forcing them to do it or not,
Always
so I
fun.
could like respond to them being tapped out. It's a corner case for sure, but
Did we kill Thalia or we bounced Thalia? We bounced
yeah,
Thalia. Okay.
bounce Elliot.
Interesting choice.
I
Are we
think
trying to cast Batter Skull here and not get dazed?
yeah, I think this is to be able to get out from your own Thalia.
I think we're gonna get dazed.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
that's an RIP on that one.
So
That's game.
so
That's game Chiefy, I'm pretty sure.
next turn, Frosty is just going to cast that 4 white get your equipment
Yeah,
back, and we'll try it
clearly.
again.
Clearly. This is not a spot you want to be in, because now there's no Thalia down.
No, no Thalia. Any burn spell is lethal after this Bone Crusher Giant connects.
I mean, all you gotta do is draw a double bolt. It's fine. Or
Yeah.
bolt, fork bolt. It's fine. You don't even need to swing.
Are you saying that you would just rather win with burn in this spot than turn the creature
Course.
sideways?
Of course.
But he's gonna dig. He does not have the final point of burn here. Probably a
I always forget Brown Crusher Giant is a 4/3. That's something that boggles my mind.
I know it's 4/3 with upside that just casually has a burn spell taped onto it. Like it's
Yeah.
so good.
I mean, in theory, Frosty could have just replayed Thalia and just bounced her in response to the swing after blocking.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have trample, if I remember correctly, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, then you're fine. Just
Yeah.
this is how you stalemate a game.
Yeah. Maybe she was going to try to win rather than not lose. I'm not
Ooh,
sure. That's definitely an avenue she had there.
that is a spray dragon.
All right.
This is
Unfortunately,
not good.
he cast the ponder post combat and couldn't get in with that
Yes,
sprite dragon.
this is
Uh,
not good.
but 1 mana or
What are we doing here?
judgment.
Oh,
Ooh. Is this judgment on the
are we
flyer
voting?
or
Yeah.
judgment?
What
Oh,
are we
okay.
what are we voting for?
Okay. It could. Yeah, the flyer. All right.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, we are there on too. So Thalia is online
Yep.
if you don't want to cast it. But okay, we want to cast it. Interesting. That's a choice.
She has one unknown in hand. I wonder if it is a 2 CMC spell she wants to surprise him with.
That's a choice.
Like backup Thalia.
That's a choice. Backup Thalia is also a reasonable way to think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chump Thalia in and just put another one.
That one of Council Judgment is the only pain-free way to get rid of Bone Crusher Giant, also, by the way, which is funny.
Yeah.
Although clearly she had to remove the creature that was actually going to kill her on the
Yeah.
following turn, so
Clearly, having one life and having one life flyer, very scary.
yeah. She just
Always,
she
always a good way to deal with it.
it keeps looking like she's going to find a way to stabilize, and then Joel keeps, pulling it, finding answers for everything, pulling ahead. Is that a braid for the Celia? Yeah.
Are we braiding Thalia or are we braiding the Aethervial?
Either one. I want to hit Thalia and just swing and see if it works myself.
That's
But
fair. That is always fair. I imagine Frosty may have a play. I imagine on that attacker's step, there's going to be something coming. Is it another Thalia? It is a Stoneforge.
She must have drawn that last turn. Because if she had
Oh
that in her
no!
hand,
Oh no! Joel said I respond to the to the activation.
oh, she if she had that Stoneforge Mystic in her hand, I don't think she would have tried to hardcast the Batter Skull. Do you think?
I don't think so. It wasn't drawn yet. I don't think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, are we gonna bring in Stoneforge? Find the Sophie block.
Yeah, she has.
There's not like anything. There's not like anything you can do with the Sophie. You're just finding it.
Yeah, That means she needs to find a creature to put this on next turn. If she finds a creature to put it on, oh, never mind. Now there's two.
You still got to deal with the two blockers, and there's nothing you can do about this.
Well, it'll be protected because of the pro white or pro red and blue from the sword. But yeah, creature 2 there, I think, just seals the deal. You can't find a way to win the game from there.
Yeah, I mean, there was a way. There was a theoretical way. You get a Flicker Wisp on top and draw Flicker Wisp, and then
Okay.
wait till the next turn.
Okay.
And then on their turn, you just Flicker Wisp one of them and block the other one. It's fine.
That does work. You're right.
It's fine.
Flicker Wisp.
It's not agreeable. It's not agreeable, but it does save you a little bit.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to hang out at 1 life for too long if you're Frosty.
I mean,
So
there wasn't much you could do about that. There was no life game left in the deck. You just get to chill.
Yeah, short of swordsing your own creature, I guess. There's not a ton.
Yeah, Sword's your highest power creature, which is Flicker Wisp.
Oof. Batter Skull token.
Batterskull is in the grave, so I don't count that.
Okay, fair.
We don't need to gain life if we already have a Batterskull in the.
We don't see enough Savin's Reclamation in Legacy. Damn it. We need more Savin's Reclamation.
It's
Although you
still
can't
played
get
in
Batter
lands.
Skull. Never mind.
It's still played in lands. It's not bad.
Yeah, I've played with it off and on in Loam. It's a fun card, but
It is a traditionally good card.
yeah, it's whenever you get to live the dream with it, it's so good, and whenever it just gets stranded and doesn't do anything at all, it's so bad. So, Frosty on the play here. Do you think we'll see any changes with sideboard's play draw here? We saw Joel with the Forces and Dazes left in there. I don't think there's enough to take out on either side, do you?
No, there really isn't. I mean, I don't see a world where you're going to bring Cataclysm here. That usually favors the Izzet Delver player more than it favors you.
Yeah.
Surgical, yeah. I mean, everything else is just like side. Like, bringing in the pass is fine. Sanctum Prelate and Council Judgment, that's what I imagine. I don't know if we saw Sanctum Prelate, but I imagine bringing that in is pretty relevant, you know.
Yeah.
Deals with force, deals with some other stuff,
Excuse me.
deals with bolt.
Yeah,
If you want to mess with people, just put it on one. It screws them more than it screws you. I mean, wow, you lose swords and you lose path. Big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you lose Mother of Runes, Aether Vial as well. Well, not Mother of Runes, but you lose Aether Vial as well, I guess. But
Yes, you lose vial. But assuming that you already have a vial out, you're fine.
yeah, I think if Joel could run Cataclysm in red blue, probably would, because like Delver is exactly the kind of deck also that wants to just have like a land and a threat. So I'm sure he wouldn't care if she cast that card.
Yeah, Cataclysm is a fun card.
Ooh,
There's been many of the days when I've run that against lands.
it's so bad. Why is it so bad? Oh, I got.
It's always funny when people read that card, and they're just like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's very relevant."
I ended up either decking myself or almost decking myself. Someone cataclysmed me twice in one game in a Saturday event when I was on 4-color alone with Valakut Exploration, and I just got to keep Valakut. I was like, I'm going to rebuild. It's fine. It's fine. And I finally rebuilt, and he goes Cataclysm. So each time I played a land to try to restore, I ended up just like continuing to deck myself. It was a real tragedy.
My traditional favorite with Cataclysm is the fact it doesn't mention Planeswalkers, so they go away too.
Yeah, so disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's a great card. It's great. And when I played it against lands before, lands players who are inexperienced usually keep Tabernacle out. I'm like, what are you doing? This hurts you more than it hurts me.
Oh, it's because they finally get the it's the one that makes all your lands tap for green or white if it's in your yard. I played this card.
I don't remember what it's called.
Well, anyway, I'll just pretend it's because they have one of those in their graveyard. Hell, what's the name of that card? It's
But usually no.
They don't play it anymore. But
yeah, it's literally just Tabernacle sitting there. Doesn't tap, doesn't do anything. It's like, I'm going to tax you. I'm like, I've got a creature and I've got one land. I will pay this tax every time. Good luck trying to find, good luck trying to find some lands.
yeah.
That Life from the Lone in the Graveyard is not very good now, is it?
No, maybe they kept a Mox Diamond. But That is driving me so crazy. I
Hmm.
could look it up. I don't want to look it up while I'm commentating, but everyone in the YouTube comments just yell it as loud as you can at me.
Oh yeah. If you know what this card is that was
Riftstone
once
Portal.
put in lands. Ah, Riftstone
I'm
Portal.
still gonna get the comments, but it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are 100%. Now, there's a card I haven't heard from in ever. Is that like with Tempest or something?
Judgment, I think. I know it's old enough, or it's new enough to have come in foil. I think it's Judgment.
Yeah, it must be Judgment then. I think.
So,
Sounds about right. Seems like players are still trying to decide sideboard options.
yep, these untimed rounds here mean that we're 45 minutes deep in the round here, but we get all the time we want for game 3.
Oh yeah. And it is a doozy, I imagine.
Yeah, a real grindfest here. I mean, it's nice Magic to watch because both players have some starts that can sort of lock the other player out if they get the right mixture of threats and tempo. But we've just seen a lot of back and forth here, and it's nice to watch.
By far. Seems like our players probably stepped away, I imagine. That was very long game 2.
Yes,
Should be back shortly, I imagine.
yeah, that's actually something I admire about Frosty. She's very deliberate when she plays. I imagine, like you said, has taken a short break here. Just like very methodical, very cool, and it's always nice to watch.
Seems like we'll be back. Frosty playing with the cool Swords of Plowshare mat by the Folkville.
Nice.
Great art. Love that art.
Yeah, I picked one of those
Too
up
bad
myself. It just
doesn't come in foil.
oh,
It's
it is Judgment. I found it.
nice. You know, I wish that art came in foil. It just makes me cry every time.
I
I can't
mean,
play almost full foil Stoneblade with it.
give them
This is
6
why I
months at this
run,
point.
this is why I run the Japanese Mystical Archive Swords of Plowshares.
So many of those
Just
are so beautiful, and
so nice.
I can't read
They're so
them.
nice. You don't need to read them. You just need to know what it does by art. Like the Dark Ritual, you don't need to read it. It has 3 black mana symbols. That's all you need to
Yes,
know.
if I get the 3 meatballs or whatever, then that's fine. I know that's
Yeah,
not
that's
meatballs, but
easy.
I'm pretending.
That's
Um,
easy. And Brainstorm is Brainstorm. It's a dragon with a brainstorm.
it's just a card that costs 1 blue, and I'll just have to like trust that it does what you say it does.
I mean, the opt is very different.
Yeah, but that could be like a dragon opting. I don't know. What does the art for opt look like? Yeah, if people play them enough, of course I'll learn them. And the ones that are played more, of course, everyone will learn. But
Hmm.
so Frosty found the turn 1 mom against the burn deck here. Unfortunately, he had exactly turn 1 forked bolt to go 1-1. Believe, or is that did he catch it? That's a blazing volley, isn't it?
No, that's a fork bolt.
Oh, that is okay. Yeah.
That is a
Oh,
fork. Blazing
Frosty's.
Volley has a very different artwork.
Well, that's what I thought too. But then I saw Frosty was still at 20, and of course, as soon as I said, "Was that blazing volley?" Let me look at the art. She ticked down to 19. So kills the mom, finds the Delver. Best of both worlds. Frosty suddenly here with on the play, but 1 threat against 0.
Delver, always a good play.
Yep. Ether Vial resolves. What do you think? How many turns do you think on this Delver? We saw, I think, at least 3 first
I mean,
turn.
Joel's walk is pretty bad, but it seems like we're gonna flip up a lightning bolt.
Ooh, Bolt is nice. So we see the same play we're talking about. Frosty waiting until the reveal here to port.
Or the Volk.
Yep.
Yeah, don't use that mana, please. I would not like to get bolted here. I'm
And
gonna swing for 3. Youch.
no,
Big youch.
no second land quite yet for Joel this turn.
But you are playing Blue Red Delver, so you don't exactly need it, but it would be nice.
Yeah, I think that 3 is a nice sweet spot for this deck. It lets you double spell sometimes, and also lets you cast your bigger spells.
Hmm.
But
I
yeah,
mean, in Death and Taxes, you definitely need it. You definitely need that third mana if you're against Death and Taxes. But if this was a traditional matchup, not against D&T, you could probably survive on two.
yeah. For
I
us,
do wonder though, did we bring in Sanctum Prelate? Come on. I want to see it. I want to see just Sanctum Prelate 1.
just
You better have days.
just windmill slam it. I find the Delver player just always has days somehow. It's just always there.
That's the magic. Never didn't have it.
I feel like it's like those street magicians who can like take a card and then like blank it and then make it a different
Yeah.
card. Yeah, so it's just days every time.
They just never not have it. It's
Yep.
just how it is.
All right,
A
so
good,
we
a good spot here would be having a Thalia after this. That way you can just price them in. Oh yeah, fun.
yes,
Price them into bolting it for 2, and that's
yeah.
their turn. Yep. We are priced into bolting it here if you want to get anything done.
I imagine we'll see that unless he has like Sprite Dragon in hand. I think we'll see that before we see anything else. Oh, Wasteland.
Ooh, Wasteland's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
are we gonna get like
boat.
a stomp or something?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
we're
a
getting a null rod.
okay. Shut off that Ether Vial right now.
I would just activate it. I would just activate it, just to mess with them.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen I think Frosty specifically do the old pump fake with the Ether Vial, but choosing not to here.
It's one of my favorites. You can usually get people because you have to respond to the activation of Aether Vial, not to what comes in.
Yeah,
A fun little neat trick for people who aren't aware of it.
I think it's the same with like. Ooh, there's the Skyclave for that. Get that
Bye
Norrod
bye,
out
null rod.
again.
Get out of here.
I think people make the same mistake with like Pithing Needle, Sorcerer's Spyglass kind of stuff as well, where they wait for the name and then they decide what what they want to do. But
That's very fair. Yeah, we do know about the bolt. Joel is leaving it open just to let us know they haven't shuffled it away with any brainstorm effects that may be coming in this future.
yeah, I super appreciate players that keep known cards up. It gets a little dicey in brainstorm decks, of course, but he hasn't cast one yet. So,
Ooh, Preordain. Similar,
yep, that'll
but
cost you.
different.
So choosing to dig rather than kill either the Thalia or the Skyclave there.
Yeah, getting in a better position typically is nicer.
Yeah,
Maybe just Joel wants more lands. We're gonna Stone Fortune.
there's a lot of momentum on that side of the table right now.
I imagine this gets Sword of Fire and Ice. I
That
imagine,
feels so safe to me. Like if I have Sword of Fire Nest on a creature, I don't know how I lose this game. But
or just
yep,
price them in, or just price them into getting rid of Stoneforge by bringing up Better Skull. It'd become a dead card in your hand, but then you're just pricing in the bolt to go elsewhere.
yeah. Joel doesn't have the opportunity. Assuming this is an end of turn here with the Aether Vial, it means Joel will never have the
Yes.
mana to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Tick that Vial up to 3. So Frosty has a ton of pressure and even more potential pressure here with
And if
the
there's another land in hand, this is gas.
yeah. I don't think she has it because she would be windmill slamming it.
Yeah, I would have windmill slammed it if I had another land,
Yeah.
but it does not appear to be so. Not in the cards today.
So just a small crunch for 4 here.
Very small. I'm imagining this is going to be tap down the Volk, since we didn't pay anything.
Yeah,
And I guess not.
I think she's
I
holding
guess
it up.
not.
I think she's holding it up for end of turn. Sword of Fire and Ice, or like in response to a Bolt Sword of Fire and Ice.
Oh, that could be an interesting one. It doesn't auto equip though, so you got to realize that.
Yeah, but if she commits some mana at end of turn, she can suit it up on her next turn.
That's true.
I don't know. That's my instinct as far as like priority here is like Sword of Fire and Ice on a creature. I think is just like the gassiest thing I can do. Sprite Dragon Crunch for 1. Gonna be hard to get that out of Sword of Fire and Ice range also with the Thalia on the board.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can fetch with Misty to get something that would be able to bolt. Get another Volk.
Yeah, but you got to cast 2 spells to get it out of Sophie range.
I mean, whatever you try to equip it to, respond, I'll bolt whatever you're trying to equip.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, I see where we're going now. I'm gonna hope she draws a land so she can double suit.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Just pray that you draw another land.
I mean, you always have it, right? She didn't draw one either of the last 2 turns, which means statistically it's a land on top of her deck. 1 out of every 3 cards is a land.
Statistically speaking. I mean, you could also bounce it if you have Flicker Waste in hand. We do have an Aether Vial that's online. Very relevant text.
Yeah. Flicker Wisp plus Aether Vial is very gross.
Very gross.
Surprised they didn't just give us like Flicker Wisp with Flash and Modern Horizons 2, as if Death and Taxes doesn't have enough tools.
Don't give them ideas.
Do you like old cards? You'll like them even better when they're strictly better. Yeah. I don't remember what the one we got in. They printed something in MH2 that was.
The 3-mana slot, pretty crazy.
Oh, the
already.
Edict. The Diabolic Edict that's just better than Diabolic Edict. With split second.
Oh, the sudden edict. Yeah. Very good card.
So we see
We're suiting up Thalia, I imagine, right?
attempt to suit here. I didn't see what she pointed to, but I think you're right that it's going to eat a bolt immediately here.
If it's Thalia, we can bounce Thalia.
Yeah.
But I don't think you really want to do that.
I think I would. I would save it.
It's a weird thing. Like it's one of those weird things where it's like, do you want to do this?
Oh, if you're in Joel's seat, you mean?
Yeah. Flickerus, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Thalia. Coming back soon.
Oh, she can cast a 1-mana Swords to Plowshares right now if she wants to be cute.
Yeah.
With Thalia.
Would be funny. Would be funny. Path to Exile, too. Also relevant. Still comes in tap. Are we doing it?
Tapping one.
Are we doing it?
Oh,
we're playing another. Okay, cool.
Still got out under her own Thalia there for part of the turn.
Still relevant.
Nice. Yeah.
Using the mana efficiently.
Yeah.
Nothing equipped, unfortunate.
Yeah. Death and Taxes is just one of those decks. Like, it has so many tiny interactions like that where you can, like, she Flicker Wisps that to save the tax on her own turn. Like, it's so much fun to watch people who are good at playing it.
It's so much fun. We're going to see 2 cards in hand. Honestly, if I'm Joel, I'm feeling real priced in to start messing with the mana base if possible. Getting another Wasteland would be great.
Yeah, although Frosty has a ton of value on board already, as well. So yeah, he's being taxed in a couple different ways here for sure.
Yeah, it is a very rough position to be in.
If you can get rid of the Skyclave, you'll at least have a 2/2 that can do a little bit on the ground. But like I said,
killing Thalia would be main priority, and then hoping to God you can get like another Wasteland or something.
Oh yeah, I think it's just gonna be harder to kill the Thalia with first strike on it. Whereas Sprite Dragon can at least block the Skyclave right now.
Oh yeah.
Maybe he has a spell in hand. I mean, there's 4 mana up. It could just be all permission, I guess. Or maybe he's sandbagging lands, trying to brainstorm them back if he finds one. I'm not sure. He has a lot of mana up. He has cards in hand, but he didn't cast anything.
I mean, only 2 cards in hand. I mean, if I'm sandbagging the land, it better be a really bad land.
Oh, okay. I thought he had a couple more cards in hand, and it just hadn't been applied.
If it's a Wasteland, I'm feeling like that's pretty spicy. If it's a Wasteland and like a bolt, I would have just bolted Thalia and just double wasted afterwards.
Oh, for sure. Okay, it looks like 3.
3
cards. Oh yeah, I just meant like if he has like Island Mountain in hand, like maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So
we're gonna see that equipped here. I imagine that we're gonna try and bolt something, maybe, or do something.
I mean, it's got it. Is this Brazen Borrower? Oh, is this Stomp?
We're stomping.
All right.
That's relevant. That's relevant.
Yeah, Frosty not finding that 4th land here is such a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I mean, getting to 1-for-1 every turn here, I guess. But
if we draw double Wasteland, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. She does miss out on the swing there now. That Sprite Dragon is a 3/3, so she doesn't have any great attacks.
Yep. We're gonna be going for something.
Ponder. Make that big.
We are looking for something. We already lost the 1/4 bolt in the deck, I believe, right?
I think he has 2 forked
bolts.
Okay, 2 forked bolts, yeah.
We can go for another 4th bolt. That'd be fun. I mean, it wouldn't be super relevant because, Thalia.
Yeah.
It's only like the one
Oh,
mana.
oh, and the Caracas back. Yuck.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you can kill the Skyclave.
Not very relevant though, is it?
I don't
I would
mind
just
get
keep the mana up here. That's what I'd do.
do what?
Just keep the mana up here, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, we can get free swings in. That's nice.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you might take 4 on the crackback here, but it looks like he's stabilizing. He's getting the Bone Crusher Giant out. So
That's fair. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I guess it depends on what that card in his hand is. The Bone Crusher Giant will
Bad.
hold the ground just like the Sprite Dragon was holding back the whole army as well.
Yeah,
Unless,
unless Joel found an abrade.
yeah, I mean, I guess it could also be that he either has a way to get rid of that or he doesn't have a way to get rid of the creature, and he would rather commit a threat than fake something or bluff something.
Very fair.
But we see it is getting suited up here, not going on the Thalia.
Yeah, putting the pants on the Skyclave.
Yep.
It's a
So
4/4 with protection from red and blue.
yeah, and notably here
Imagine that 2 is going to face.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The 2 damage can no longer kill any of Joel's stuff, so I have to imagine that's just a swing for 6 there.
Mm-hmm.
A card for Frosty.
Did
Wonderful
Frosty draw
resource.
any lands yet?
It looks like no. Yeah, the
Or
Delver
is it
deck
on a
has more
3-mana
lands
island?
somehow.
3-mana island.
So that Skyclave gonna stick around for forever at this point, unless Joel has a Brazen Borrower to get rid of the sword. So here's a swing.
Yeah, I mean, Joel has to race here or just figure out how the sword's going to go away.
Yeah, which means
Unlikely to go away.
which means I'm a little tempted to swing at the Bone Crusher there. It's not a profitable block on the back end, I guess, because you're dead. You're just dead to the Skyclave anyway. Maybe he has something in hand that'll deal with the sword.
Maybe.
Yeah. I guess the swing with the Stoneclave probably just gets a chump block with the first Stoneforge Mystic or something, but
Possibly.
so that's glared out a little bit, but I think it's Batter Skull. I think I caught a glimpse. Was this the game we saw Jite very early on, or was that last game?
We haven't seen Jita yet.
Okay.
We've seen a Mother of Runes, Swords of Plowshare, and a Fleckwurst. Oh, we've seen the 4th land!
We did it. She plays more than 3.
Unbelievable. How could this be?
Thought maybe she
How could
boarded
this
them all out.
be?
So this is 3 mana for... Oh, yep, that's an Abrade.
That's a break.
Yuck.
I imagine that we're gonna tap down Aether Vial and just mess with Oh, we don't even do the mess with? Oh, come on. I was really hoping there'd be a mess with. Just the sliver of the doubt with the Flickerwist, just like Aether Vial. I'm just gonna doubt you.
Has access to enough mana now to at least get the Batter Skull out and still keep up Caracas for Thalia. That's nice.
Very nice spot to be in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a free 4/4 if I'm in Frosty's seat. Although that Sprite Dragon is starting to really become a problem.
Sprite Dragon's coming beefy.
Yeah.
Very beefy. Very quick.
So she does have to manage that as well. If she can, as long as she can get the Batter Skull online, I think she can gain life to keep up with it for a little while. But
Are we gonna tap down a land? Interesting. What land are we pricing ourselves into?
I mean, it's Valkyr Wasteland.
Yeah, are we tapping down Wasteland and hoping they Wasteland us, or are we tapping down a Volk? Oh, we're going for
Okay.
Volk. Okay,
That
seems
makes
fine.
sense. I mean, this turns off Double Bolt, so since he has just basic islands and Valks, but man, what is our plan for that Sprite Dragon?
I mean, I know Joel's plan is just to keep spamming spells and see where we go.
Yeah, continue
Next stop,
turning,
no one knows.
continue turning sideways and make Frosty deal with it. That's her problem.
Yep. Yeah, just cast spells because you can.
So here's this. I think that has 4 counters on it. Would be a swing for 5.
I believe so. Unless Joel Brainstorm is in the middle of this.
Yeah, Frosty doesn't want to fall. She does fall to 2 against the burn deck. This is a scary place to be in. I
This
keep
is
calling.
not a place to be in.
I keep calling it burn. We all know it's Delver, but it's
Yeah, I mean,
there's
the
bolts.
fork bolt kills here, and so does lightning bolt. Not a very good place to be now, is it?
Nope. If she can just untap with that Stone Forge, I think she'll be doing okay. Unless he has backup a braid or backup petty theft.
Oh, Delver. That's a fun one.
The I was gonna laugh about the how ineffective a turn 12 Delver is, but with Rossi at 2 life,
Ineffective, you say?
yeah. But never mind if it flips, it's lethal also. So
What if Joel's just sandbagging a lightning bolt, just to see what happens?
just wants to get all the legacy he paid for.
Yeah, just completely sandbag it.
All right, so
Oh, Spirit of the Labyrinth. Oh, not good. Not good. Definitely not what you want to be seeing today.
now the Spirit of
Better.
Labyrinth also doesn't that also shut off? Oh, Sword of Fire and Ice is already gone. Never mind.
We are wastelanding something.
We're doing it. It has to be the
What are
Port
we
of
waiting?
Raucous, right? Oh, okay.
We're wastelanding the port.
Yeah.
Interesting. This
Yeah.
is very questionable.
I guess at this point in the game, like Caracas protect, like you're not ever going to target the Thalius. It doesn't matter, but
You're now priced into blocking this. This is real bad. What are you going to block with the Delver? Or are you going to block with the 2/2 illusion?
I think the illusion the Delver has the upside of being able to flip at like a 50% chance or so next turn,
It's true.
and it's just lethal if you untap if you get to combat and you go Sprite Dragon and
What are we
Delver.
cheating? GT?
Oh, did we just have it the whole time?
Did we just have GT this entire time? We're cheesing something.
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
Do we have another land?
Oh,
Oh, we do.
Baracos.
We do. We do.
All right. Sorry, Joel.
Alrighty
what
then.
are we doing? All right, get it on the stone.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're gonna swing in. We're gonna gain 4 life out of this, and maybe 4 more. It just depends on what we do here. It depends on how blockers go.
Yeah, I think I would kill the Delver rather than gain the life this time. But
I think you block the 2/2 elemental behind the GT, behind the Stone Forge, so that way you kill it, and then chump with the Delver into the. Delver's dying either way this turn. That's the problem.
yeah, that's true. I mean, you can block with the Bone Crusher Giant as well. Kill the German. It means you don't have to worry about it on future turn. It'll take Frosty a few turns to like reestablish that as well. I don't know.
Yes.
I think I could defend a few different choices here. So I think it'll depend on what players.
And Delver's dying no matter what, so it needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Delver is dying no matter what. It needs to go somewhere.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Even if you don't GT it, or sorry, even if you don't block, she's definitely going to GT it. So you've a good point. I think I'd choose to block there. Normally, I would want to hold on to it so I could save it as a lethal attacker, but
We didn't block the. What happened? Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So it did happen the way I thought it would. So we double blocked. We did a 2/2 block to Stoneforge, then we chump blocked Delver with against the Batter Skull, and then the 2/2 died because of GT counters. I think.
there's one counter left on the GT, so I think she mowed down
Oh.
the.
No, Delver did not. Okay, Delver did not. Okay.
Yeah, I think we
That's a-
I think we
that's a
blocked the
choice.
Stoneforge with the Giant.
No, we blocked the Stoneforge with the 2/2.
Stoneforge with the 2/2. What blocked the Batter Skull then? Because he's down to 2. I'm sorry, his life total changed to 2. Yeah, he took 4.
Yeah, we took 4.
Yeah, I didn't see
What a choice.
the life total change there.
Well,
Well,
what a choice.
he knows he's unlikely to get bolted from here, but
Very unlikely. Just the twist is gut shot.
I was
The
thinking
greatest twist.
I was thinking the random one of misdirection plus blue card.
Oh yeah, just misdirection. No, I don't know where Fraction on Life or Angel's Grace.
Angel's Grace. I mean, at least that's the right card.
Angel's Grace just like, wee, sorry, not happening.
I do play that in one EDH deck, in my god themed EDH deck. It's very funny when it gets people.
It's a very fun card. Interesting lines that you could see here is Swords of Plowsharing your own Better Skill if it does come up.
Yeah.
Can't do it this turn, of course, but there are lines where you can do these things. You can also Flicker Wisp the Sprite Dragon to reset it.
Yeah, if she has
Also
access to that
relevant.
play, that's will buy her so much time.
Also relevant. Delver, great. Just it's a pitch. Would you like the GTA -1, please? Please?
I mean, it's better than holding it in the hand, I guess. Oh my goodness, we had Skyclave. So there's Sprite Dragon answered.
Bye-bye, Sprite Dragon. I will see you on the flip side, and I will
She.
GG out of this
Okay, I was
game.
going to say she has so many permanents out right now. I love it. All right. Well, that will wrap us up. Frosty's going to advance to the semifinals
Yep.
of the May League here. We are MTG Paper Legacy. Check out our links to our Discord, our Twitch channel, and our
Twitter below.
and our Twitter. Yeah, we have deck list for y'all, and check out our channel for the others quarter semis and finals for this month.
Have a good one, y'all.
Talk to y'all later.